So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter. Hi everyone. The excitement has really picked up now and I'm eager for the action to start.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in... Big chance! That's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Good chance here! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Dani Olmo actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Now it's Haaland. Played out to the right. Alexander-Arnold. Well, there's the man we're all here to see, the thriller-minute Neymar. He really does turn every game into a showbiz occasion. So I wonder, Jim, what is in today's show?
Well, plenty, we hope, Peter, being the kind of...
And Messi! Oh, denied brilliantly!
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Kukçu. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Certain amount of room for debate here, but a goal kick's been given. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. And this is Hazard. Engages and forces him off the ball. Hazard unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Knocks it into space. Haaland finds himself offside. Van Dijk kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Still goalless. And it's Guti. And no, that was never going to make it. Kukçu. Goes looking wide. Played back in. Played into space out wide. Khan claims it. Safe hands. Hazard can see things others simply cannot. Kukçu. It's a pretty loose pass. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Rice. Oh, easy pickings there. Well, that was a period of possession. Oh, he's given it away. Oh, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. And no surprise, that's a booking. And it's Hazard. Kukçu is always looking to break lines. Rice. Rice, and the shot! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Dani Olmo.
Borussia Dortmund clearly are trying to establish themselves as a team that likes to retain the ball, Peter.
And it's a good watch, Jim, isn't it?
Well, it is, and it's always a pleasure for me to see a team move the ball in silky fashion like this. But you know what's coming next, Peter. It has to be with a mean cutting edge.
Kukçu. Spread out to the left. Now it's Neymar. Neymar.
Oh, really well played.
Oh, nice touch. Vardiol providing an outlet on that flank. Kukçu. Not the most accurate pass. 0-0, but nevertheless a very decent game. That is ended up in no man's land. Guti, and here's Messi. Soboslai has it in a wide position. And the cutback. Van Dijk. Bayer Leverkusen finding their passes. Back into the middle. Well, that's an excellent interception. Alexander-Arnold. And it's Azar. Guti! It's Rundler shoots! Nicely aimed pass. Looking to play him in. And claimed it back swiftly. Now it's Neymar.
It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now. Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
There's the shot! And that'll be the final action of the first half. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. The midway point of the game.
A very entertaining half, Peter. The game's being played at a really good intensity. It's been open. It's been quite end-to-end, and I think the crowd are really immersing themselves into this, and I just hope we get more of the same in the second half. Something to look forward to.
Still waiting for this to take off. It's goalless at half-time. And we're already back up and running after half-time. Both sides defensively robust up to now. Neymar in acres of space out wide. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Messi. Rice. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Opts for safety. Van Bronckhorst is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Oh, super! And the finish! Well, that pass isn't the best.
Kukçu really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Look at the space here. Real chance! It's there! And that is the goal we've all been yearning for. And he stuck it away as if laser-guided.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
Borussia Dortmund are in front now, the game's only goal.
And talk about the perfect time to score. The manager's giving nothing away, but he'll be thrilled inside.
It's Neymar! That is decidedly lacking.
Oh, it's a brilliant effort, you have to say that. He clearly wanted to do it in style.
So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, the time has arrived to start taking risks. They may well be happy just to level this.
Neymar, he's got away. Guti.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
And it's Kukçu. Out to the left it goes. Hazard. The message is clear, none shall pass.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
Well, they're looking a whole... Oh, he's been caught on it here! Kukçu. Well, that's surely a foul. Free kick.
Substitution for Borussia Dortmund, number 20, Danny Olmo. Coming
Alexander-Arnold
is number 18.
Looking for options for movement. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Kirkchu. Oh, well measured. He's had a shot! Sticks it away! Bayer Leverkusen back on level terms. Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
What about the pass, Peter? It was played so intelligently and he picked out the perfect target.
Number 7, coming on to replace him is number 26, Federico Valverde.
Time then for the first substitution of the game. That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing. The outcome should all come down to finishing.
Khan claims it without any fuss. Schuberschlei. Bayer Leverkusen are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise.
Borussia Dortmund clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
That has been slung wide. Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Haaland receives it in a good position here.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Donatoni. A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
It's a very open game and an exciting watch. There are no signs of nerves or caginess from either team. This pitch is go-for-it territory right now.
And he's there to retrieve it, and it's made its way to him. Great chance! Oh, the ball's run loose here.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Rudiger.
Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
Played out towards the right wing. That's a shade optimistic. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Well, everything up to the final pass was decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
And he's straight offside.
Substitutions taking place.
Rudiger. And that will be the final act. So it is something for both, but ideal for neither. Both parties having to settle for what they get and hope for better in the Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks for that, Peter. I'm more than ready to get going here.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. And already we're underway here. Well, there's the man we're all here to see, the thriller-minute Neymar. He really does turn every game into a showbiz occasion. So I wonder, Jim, what is in today's show?
Well, plenty, we hope, Peter. Being the kind of player who likes to take it upon himself to win, whether it's his vision and creativity or being more direct in providing a threat up front, we're bound to see something special, I hope.
Because we always have in the past.
Indeed.
And here's Haaland. He's chosen to go back.
Really got in his face there, and it was well played.
They've got to be quick to recover this. Oh, he's been caught napping. Valverde climbs up big. And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders. Nice. Over to the left. That's good vision. That's the keeper's ball. João Cancelo. He's gone for goal. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
They get a throw in. Chouameni. Now it's Haaland. Nice sequence of passes, this. He's tried one! Oh, it's hit the post! Good ball, good take. Still goalless. Azar. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Well, that looks a decent ball. And here's Azar. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. No question, this is the man you want to get onto the end of things. He is through here. Smoothly does it. And Messi! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Udinese with the corner, there first. Goes without saying, that was poor. Tomori. And it's Cancelo. Now it's Batistuta. Oh, super! Messi! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. And he's heaved it away. Kukçu.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Oh, that's... And a chance! And now the breakaway. Now it's Haaland. Neymar. Neymar will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Oh, that's nice. Neymar, here's a chance! And for sure, that was not one of his best.
It's certainly a bold attempt, and there's nothing wrong with that. Shame he didn't work the keeper a bit more, though.
Szoboszlai. That has been slung wide. Out towards the flank. And it's Azar. It's Azar! That's a half-decent try.
Kukçu just can't be faulted for taking on the opportunity. That sort of distance is usually up his street.
Guti. Now, can they get him away? He's shooting! Oh, that is rather wayward.
Oh, how about that touch, Peter? I mean, that was brilliant. He got the ball to go exactly where he wanted it. The touch was perfection, the finish, imperfection.
Well, it just petered out. No penetration at all, having had a great deal of the ball. Looking for options for movement. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
That pass has been well intercepted. And it's Batistuta. Van Dijk. Still waiting for the first breakthrough, but not for the want of trying. Can he get on the end of this? It's a promising position. He's found a way through. Shot could be on. Messi. And here's the chance to counter. And it's been played through. There's no flag. Picked out, great chance! It's in! The breakthrough strike. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Udinese are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal.
He's having a shot! Just off target.
Well, he doesn't need a second invitation, even from that range.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Azar. He's had a shot! Oh, split-second reaction.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
This possibly the last play of the half. That's a decent clearance. And the first half is done. And it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
Substitution in progress.
And that's the start of another 45 minutes.
Bayer Leverkusen can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Good chance here! It's a pretty loose pass. Haaland thinks one through. Neymar looking to run onto it. Upamecano. Szoboszlai. Rice. Searching pass he's played there. Pass is just off target. And he's intervened well there. Now try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. Now it's Haaland. Floated through. Oh, that's a key interception. Threads one in. Quick look, then plays it in. Khan deals with that nice and simple.
Udinese clearly are trying to mix things up here, keeping their opponents guessing.
So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position.
Messi! And again! He scores! Bayer Leverkusen back on level terms. He won't get many simpler than that, but he's certainly not complaining.
Yeah, he showed great reactions there. Right place, right time, easy pickings.
Bayer Leverkusen grabbed the equaliser, and we're all square.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Azar. Spread out to the left. And it's Kukçu. Azar. Can he latch on to this? Defending of the desperate variety. Now it's Guti. Szoboszlai. Guti. Szoboszlai. Look at the space here. Kukçu! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Bayer Leverkusen have their second corner now. Neymar. That's a delicate pass. And it's hoisted clear.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Van Dijk spots it and intercepts. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Van Dijk. And it's Guti. Guti charging forward, the ball at his feet. That's really well manoeuvred. Quality ball. And Van Bronckhorst.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Oh, good-looking ball. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Played in deep.
Oh, how that cross missed everyone is an absolute mystery to me. It warranted a finishing touch.
And they've got a throw.
Fala, maninho. Mano Pedro. Tá na área. E aí? Vamos jogar X1?
Again, with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
Well, a goal either way at this stage would qualify as a steal.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Oh, well played. Shapes to shoot! Oh, yes, it's there! And that has raised the roof! His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
Haaland really can't believe his luck. He was allowed so much room when he should have been boxed in.
Udinese take the lead. Now it's just a question of holding on.
There's still a bit left in it, Peter, but they should find the necessary to avoid a slip-up now.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Looking wide. Back into the middle. Great ball, and he's in. Can he finish? They've done it! We thought it was over. It's all square once more. That is lovely, finished with amazing expertise.
Well, it's one of those, Peter, when you've got to take your hat off and just say, too good.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago. And that will be it. Decent game of football, that. Intense, intriguing. And both sides, as it turns out, unable to be separated. Your reflections then, Jim?
Bayer Leverkusen can always take more positives from a result like this. Yes, there is some tidying up to do, but some real promise too.
So many thanks to Jim.
Aí os caras pedem pra jogar 1x1 e depois sai. Cadê?
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for
Cadê, mano? O cara chama pra jogar X1 e sai.
passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Thanks for that, Peter, and may I say a big hello to everyone.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. As you can see, we've already started here.
The midfield three, Peter, I think are going to be key in this lineup because it's a very expansive system.
Yeah, it certainly looks a very front-footed approach.
It is, and with the front three, especially the wide men running at and beyond the defence, there's going to be an awful lot asked of the midfield. They have to supply those balls the attack can run onto, while at the same time maintaining the team's overall shape by linking the front and back.
And Guti!
Cadê, mano? Vamos jogar X1 aí.
Close.
Oh, did the keeper have that covered? I'm not sure.
O mano falou aí que saiu da live. Os caras chamam pra jogar X1 e não quer jogar depois. Cadê, mano? Cadê o Mano Pedro pra gente jogar um X1 aí? O cara chamou e depois sai. Nada a ver, mano.
There's the man we're all here to see, the thriller-minute Neymar. He really does turn every game into a showbiz occasion. So I wonder, Jim, what is in today's show?
Well, plenty, we hope, Peter. Being the kind of player who likes to take it upon himself to win, whether it's his vision and creativity or being more direct in providing a threat up front, we're bound to see something special, I hope.
Because we always have in the past.
Indeed.
Vitor Roque. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Strong running down that left flank. And the pass is intercepted. No goals as yet. The ball's gone astray. He's in a great position here.
A bola,
Too
menino.
happy to take that back. Kupchu. Big chance! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Kupchu. Possession football, Jim, we're seeing plenty of it. What is it, though, that really makes it work?
Well, for me, what makes it work is the fact that everyone in this team has the courage to show for the ball. You can't shy away from it. You can't hide. You have to front up in a setup like this, and everyone is doing just that.
You make it sound so simple. For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. And it's Azar. Neymar.
Internet.
Best. Searching passes played there. Szoboszlai, Upamecano, Messi. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. And no, that is pretty much the end of that.
Ai, ai, que merda, bicho.
Van Bronckhorst is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. Marquez. And it's for Marlon. And Neymar. Best. Ambitious ball here. Good read, needed to be. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
It's Kupchu. For Marlon does well
Falta
to get it
menino.
back. Best. Now it's Guti. Neymar.
Vai dar bola, menino.
Neymar going face to face with his great rival. Szoboszlai cuts it out.
Well, that was well positioned and well pitched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Great vision. And it's Szoboszlai. In with the challenge. Szoboszlai got a long way forward to join the attack. Now that's well seen too. And that is as far as they're going to go. Looking for the run. Great work on the overlap. Zanetti calmly anticipates. Bayer Leverkusen with the corner. They're first. And now they can spring out of defence. Can he get it through? Ball looks
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Well, I think from the manager's viewpoint, Peter, he'll be demanding more from his team during the break, but he'll at least be happy at the way they've contained the opposition so far.
So, no breakthrough from either side, 0-0 after 45 minutes of action.
Cadê os caras do X1, mano? Cadê os caras do X1, mano?
And we're underway again.
Bayer Leverkusen clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
Neither of these two want to come off second best. Koke. Neymar is always playing with one eye on the spectacular. And he's intervened well there. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Passes short and sharp. Looking tidy in possession here. Azar. Now he's got space here. Aims beyond the defence. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Not the most accurate pass. Kokchu pinches it off him. Azar. 0-0 still. It's a game that needs a bit of life injected. And Van Bronckhorst. Guti was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Best. Almost an hour gone. And it's Guti. Can he get on the end of this? It's a promising position. Oh, easy pickings there. Rice. Best. Very few chances to talk of, Jim. Defence is, it seems, on top here.
Well, I think it's a fair reflection on what we've seen so far. Neither side has produced that many efforts at goal simply because respective defences have been strong.
Guti. And it's Messi. Best. Kokchu knocks it into space. Van Bronckhorst. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Looking to play him in. And that's gone all the way through to the keeper. Pass somewhat off target. Now that looks a decent ball. And it's Guti. Vitor Roque. Best. Nicely weighted ball. Great ball if he can get there. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
Palmeiras clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Stood up well to him there. Half an hour gone in the second half. Well, that's beautifully weighted. He's come in hard.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
And he was quick to react. Guti. Threads one in. Played back in. Nice control. Guti.
Substituição no time do Palmeiras.
So, time for changes on both sides, actually.
Para a entrada do jogador, camisa 18.
Listen, it may well finish this way because it's been so tight all the way through, but equally, we might still get a moment of magic, a mistake, or a refereeing decision to influence otherwise.
And it's Neymar. Kukçu. Looking for options for movement. Khan claims comfortable.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Well, we expected better, and so did he. Plays a sharp little ball here. Donadoni in acres of space out wide. Kukçu. Palmeiras do have a chance to counter here. That looks a good ball through. Can he finish? And the whistle goes. So nearly a telling finale, but it ends 0-0. So a tough one to gauge. Defensive dominance combined with wastefulness in attack, and the outcome inevitable. So Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Bayer Leverkusen can always...
Cadê os caras do X1 aí, mano? Cadê, galera? Vamos jogar o X1, bora. Tem ninguém pra jogar aí não, é X1. Os caras chamam e saem, velho. Bora, mano, X1. Cadê? Ninguém pra jogar X1 aí. Meu irmão, tá difícil hoje. Vamos, minha tropa. 1x1. Chama! Chama, papai!
Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic.
Chama, pai, chama! Chama no X1 aí.
Peter Drury, and here's my co-commentator for the game. It's
Chama,
Jim
bebê!
Hi Peter, it's great to be here.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is
osso de
well and
patinho.
truly set.
É pra aí.
Well, if
Só
you did just
embolar,
miss
né?
it, we are up and running already. Well, of course, Italy has always been the place to be when it comes to defensive maestros, and here is a prime example. So how highly do you rate this fella, Alessandro Nesta?
Well, he's without doubt one of the very best they've produced. He's been mature well beyond his years since those younger days, blending power, speed, technique, and really good intelligence and ability to read the game. It's no surprise to me that so many have aspired to be just like him.
The referee's awarded a free kick. What a start, free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes.
Well, this is his opportunity to make
Vamos botar na
the
gaveta,
stage
Messi,
his own.
bora? Bora, chama papai. Gaveta.
Messi! And he can clear it away.
Aí não, né, Vi?
All around, they have to do a bit
Aí
better.
quebra a empresa, né, fi?
Now it's Pele, threads one in, and this is Forlan. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Anything noteworthy in the early...
Aí não, meu filho, é lá na lateral.
Side has really grabbed
Tá
the
doido, é? Oxi. Não, meu
What you
velho.
call inspired
Tá
goalkeeping.
bugado, é?
Forlan actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Chama,
We
papai.
have our very first corner.
Chama, pai. Aqui não, vou Pelé. Aqui não, Pelé. Rapaz, essa bola é pra encaixar, menino.
And now
Tá
a
doido, é?
sudden chance to counter.
Oxi. Opa aí. Não, peraí, menino. Horrível.
He won't get many simpler than that, but he's certainly not complaining.
Listen, he would
Goleiro
have been
fraco da
advised
zona de
to do that as a
rebaixamento.
kid, and it's obviously etched in his mind now.
Vamos encaixar uma bola dessa.
So the game's first significant moment. That could spell trouble. And he's found... He's one-on-one! Tries a shot! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Forlan clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Que é, meu?
It's their second corner of the game. They've played it short. Bayer Leverkusen are looking to go forward now. Azar plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to
É
risk-taking
brincadeira um
at this
negócio desse,
stage.
né?
There's plenty of time left yet.
Não, menino.
Knocks it into space. Fires
Bora,
it
meu
in.
filho. Bota o pé na bola.
Mateus out to the right. That's been cut out. Well played. Oh, it's come loose. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. And it's Kukchu. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning.
É
So
brincadeira,
good
o cara tocou no meio, bicho.
Bayer Leverkusen are seeing plenty of the ball, but for now they trail. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Messi. Szoboszlai. Kukcu. Messi. That looks a decent ball. And that is expertly dealt with.
Chuta essa
Now he's off
bola,
and running.
Craft.
Oh, that's a key
Minecraft.
interception. Bayer Leverkusen finding shapes to shoot.
Peraí, menino.
Oh, denied brilliantly.
I think he's done great there, both
Chama, né, pai? No cantinho, Guti. Faz!
And somehow he has kept that out. And now they can spring out of defence.
Caralho. Brincadeira.
Aimed beyond the defence. Van Bronckhorst is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. Rice.
Era aí, menino.
Now it's Pelé.
Tanto lugar pra o cara está em cima do cara.
Great ball, great chance.
Isso é brincadeira, viu?
Oh, he did the hard part right, but fluffed the finish.
Beautifully worked to take the defence out of the picture, but there'll be no rush to see the
É
replay.
brincadeira, hein, meu filho?
Van Bronckhorst. And it's Van Dijk. And it's Azar. Nicely intercepted.
Bayer Leverkusen certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
Messi. That's Guti. Now it's Szoboszlai. Now it's Szoboszlai. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well
bicho.
played, well stopped.
Half-time getting close now. Lovely pass, but can he get... And Cruyff!
Ai, ai, ai.
Cruyff is offering a wry smile there.
Corner number 3 coming up.
Vamos pegar esse contra-ataque, papai. Vai matar.
And it's been taken short. Cruyff. Matthäus. Bayer Leverkusen are looking to go forward now.
É brincadeira, meu amigo.
Messi.
Messi só tá tocando errado, bicho. Não é possível um negócio desse, não. Papai. Oxi. Toca uma certa, Messi.
And that interception was most necessary. Guti. And it's Szoboszlai. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle
A internet
for
tá uma
half-time.
bosta, velho.
There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
Ai, ai.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
Make his way to the information center.
So off we go once more.
Bayer Leverkusen really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Now it's Guti. Distributed tidily. Good read, needed to be.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase. And, of course, those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that. And the... Pelé!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Decent strike, kept it fizzing low. Corner number 4 coming up here. Cruyff goes short. Pelé goes pelting down that left-hand side. Rice was in no mood for any of that. Chiellini is a man so notably robust and resolute in his defending.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
The message is clear, none shall pass. Now, can they get him away? He is through here! And he welcomes it in. Pele! And that has been clubbed away. Still chasing the game. Has a shot! Oh, that was no routine save.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Kukcu. And he's forced to go back. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Bayer Leverkusen are not doing enough to get themselves back in the game. They're not as threatening as their opposition. It's got to change.
Rice.
Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible.
Mateus. Mateus with the cross. And it's a corner. They're up to 5 corners now. Cruyff with the short one. Lovely bit of skill. And now a sudden chance to counter. Van Bronckhorst. Kukcu. Azar. Oh, good read. And it's Azar. Kukcu. Gattuso, a man never lacking in drive or determination. That was good pressing, forced the error to put an end to it before things could get even more threatening. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Passes coming off in quick succession here. Forlan, and he's managed to get free. He's having a shot! It's loose now and they want to get it back. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Oh, quick thinking by the keeper, he did well. 75 minutes played. Baresi. And here's Messi. Pele. And the shot! And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good.
Applies the finish!
Substitution on the field, number 10, Pele, number 24.
And this is Ribery, goes for a shot!
Coming on the field, number 17, Zico, number 66, Ribery.
Thought the count is rising, that's 6. Cruyff plays it short. Zico goes hurtling down that left-hand side. Casemiro deals with that comfortably. It's a lucky 7th corner. They've played it short.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Serginho gets into some space.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish, and no half measures from here.
Out towards the flank. He's in space and looking for options. That is ended up in no man's land. He's in plenty of space here. Messi has it out wide and in space. Tries to shoots! It's in! 2 up now, and they are cruising. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Water are such an adept counter-attacking team.
He's going for goal! That was superb goalkeeping.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Corner number 2 then. And that should get the job done. Pass somewhat off target. And that will be it. In the end then, no joy. Not for the want of trying, not for the want of running. Simply they were beaten by a better team on the day.